What is up, guys? Welcome, welcome. What's going on, guys? Mark, Eller, Randy, what is going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? Marlon, what's going on, bro? Haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're back, bro. What a day today. Flip, what's going on, brother? You know, I'm glad Eller said it's a great day today, right? And it is a great day. We're gonna go over some stuff today. Obviously, we saw some big volatility today in the market, right? So let's just jump right into it. So real quick before we do start, make sure you guys hit that like. Let's get it going. So for Milady right now, we're gonna, since we already have the chart up for Milady right now, we are sitting at around 82, 83. We were earlier today, we were killing it, right? I mean, we were up. It looked like we were about to just eat up a zero. Probably, I was thinking by tonight's stream, we were going to be talking about, just eating up that zero. And we still are going to talk about it, but obviously, we're going to address the elephant in the room on what exactly happened today or what I think happened. But as far as right now, we are sitting, like I said, somewhere around that 83. We did jump up today. We topped up at around 96 earlier today. So, I mean, things are still looking perfectly fine, and I think we're just showing that how fast things were moving as of this morning. It was a little bit too fast, right? Let's jump right over to Bitcoin. So obviously today, you just saw Bitcoin it was unstoppable today earlier, just unstoppable. I mean, just remember yesterday, I was looking at the thumbnail of yesterday's video stream, and it was Bitcoin hit 57,000, right? Now think about that. We earlier hit $64,000. Bitcoin was up at a time at like 14% in a day. I mean, it happens, but I mean, usually whenever something like that happens and it just moves that fast, that much money's coming in, particularly to Bitcoin, you're going to see stuff like this happen, right? And we're going to go over a couple of things, but so we saw that Bitcoin obviously jumped up to $64,000 today. Right now, sitting at around 61.8, looking like it's still on track, looking very beautiful. Remember where we were just at yesterday, 57K, and we were all ecstatic, right? We're at right now above $60,000 for Bitcoin. I really feel like people are so spoiled right now with Bitcoin that it's like, they're like, oh, like, because it was at 64, they're like, oh, we're only at 61,000 now. Like if things are bad, forgetting where we've come from in the last like year and a half, 2 years, where we came from in the last month and a half, the last week, how we've been steadily just climbing and climbing. I told you guys this is what's going to happen as we're moving up into this, into this full-blown bull market. As we start getting towards, especially making new all-time highs, you're going to see dramatic moves where we are going to make these crazy moves towards the upside, and then you're going to see some retracement, right? And it's going to make you feel like we're headed back down. But don't get psyched out. Do not get psyched out over this stuff because it's going to happen. Remember, we were covering this probably about a month or two ago, kind of preparing for when we're going through a bull market. What Bitcoin particularly does is it makes new highs and then it retraces 20 or 30%, right? Only to basically chop around for maybe a few days, a week, and then a new high comes out of nowhere. And then the same thing happens again. It'll retrace 15, 20%. Excuse me. So, I mean, it happens, right? Now, as far as what happened particularly for this move right here, we really don't, as far as myself, I don't have confirmation on exactly what happened. The one thing I can speculate on is that we were just moving up so fast that there was a big seller that found that 64,000 mark, was like, all right, we have moved up so fast. I'm in profit so much. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell some of my position. And, once you start seeing some big sales, the market starts moving towards the downside. It triggers more, right? It triggers more. But one thing I wanted to go in through was, let let's see here. So this was a big thing today. I saw a lot of people covering it, and it really just brought back so much memories of the last bull run. If you guys remember, 2021 was epic for exchanges basically crashing, right, during some big runs. And you can see today was our first dose of it. Coinbase crashes, sparking Bitcoin run hopes as market remembers past surges. And, you know, I'm not even really, like, I want to read through it, but it's like I already know what they're going to say. You know, back in 2021 when Bitcoin was going crazy and we'd have days where not only going towards the upside, but going towards the downside, there would be so much money flowing that Coinbase, and you would see Robinhood, you know, and a lot of these exchanges, Binance, they would all end up crashing where they just could not take the surge of people on top of their platforms all at once. And people were speculating, oh, they're purposely doing this so you can't sell, or they're purposely doing this, you know, whatever the case may be. And, you know, it comes to find out that these websites, these exchanges, they really can't take the capacity of millions of users all at once trying to make transactions. So it just brings me back to that bull run era of 2021. This right here just is a big indication that we are officially in a bull market as of now. I mean, if everything else didn't tell us, this right here tells us straight up we are in a bull market. I hope you guys are ready, have your seatbelts fastened, because things are going to get bumpy as we're moving up, right? I feel like you're getting on a roller coaster right now. Real quick before I read into this, let me say what's up. So Eller said it's a great day. Frank, what's happening? We're explaining it right now. Jojo, Nico, what is going on, guys? So real quick, just to elaborate a little bit on this article. So the popular cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase experienced a major outage today, causing a brief dip in Bitcoin's price. So they're indicating that because of Coinbase, and I don't know if any other exchanges crashed, but solely because of Coinbase, they're stating that probably was the big reason why there was such a big crash for a brief crash. Let me indicate brief crash for Bitcoin. So let's hear. The market appears to be drawing parallels with previous Coinbase crashes, with preceded major surges in Bitcoin prices. Like I just explained, between 12:15 and 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, Bitcoin price experienced a drop from 64,000 to 58,200, representing a 10% swing in just 15 minutes. This volatility occurred during a period when many Coinbase users reported their accounts reflecting zero balances. Now, I didn't go on my Coinbase and check. You guys tell me, did you guys check your balances? This was going across everywhere. You know, everybody was like, my balance is saying zero right now. Have you guys seen that? Did you guys see that today? This brings me back to another story. This was probably 2 years ago. CoinMarketCap made a big mistake, and I don't remember what they did, but there was like millions of people's portfolios that were saying that you were a billionaire. I'm not lying. Like, I went on my portfolio and it said I had like $1.2 billion in my portfolio. And I was like, no freaking way. Before I even checked in, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, what? I jump out of my seat. I'm like, no way. And I'm trying to like literally transfer the funds, and it's like, it's not going through. I'm like, all right, I know this is like some kind of a glitch. And then I get online and everybody's sitting here talking about it. So it was absolutely nuts. But Randy's saying almost flash crash. Yeah, it was wild. Mine said zero for a few hours. Yeah, I mean, this right here is exactly what was going on. Not the zeroing out of your portfolios, but this is what was going on in 2021, as far as the exchanges basically crashing, and you're not able to you couldn't even get onto your Coinbase if you tried, right? You try to get on and it would just sit there and just like give you the hourglass sign over and over and over, and you're like, what is going on right now? And it's like you can see Bitcoin's prices just like fluctuating, like by the 10,000s, like going absolutely berserk. And you're like, it's because, you know, these like I said, these exchanges, they cannot take the influx of millions of users all at once. You would think that 3 years down the road they would have upped their, you know, servers or whatever the hell they're using, but it seems to be just right now, we're just getting into the mix of a bull run, and they've already experienced one kind of an outage already. So yeah, exactly. Randy said, yeah, I never worried about it. Exactly. You guys know, especially with Coinbase, that's the luxuries of using Coinbase particularly, and they don't sponsor me for saying any of this, but the luxury of using Coinbase is that they're like a fully traded company. So you guys know at the end of the day, if something happens, you should be good as far as your funds and not losing them. So something like that, if it happens in the future, don't worry. It's usually going to be, because we're probably going to deal with this stuff as we move closer, through the bull run. There's going to be more crashes coming down the road. So, but it's crazy that they're actually they're saying that this what happened with just Coinbase could be directly a result of what happened with this big crash right here, which could possibly, right? Because I mean, Bitcoin was absolutely going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Lived through 2021, right? I'm old enough to say that I lived through the 2021 bull run, and things were moving fast then. What I saw today with Bitcoin was for like the history books. This thing, I'm telling you guys, this thing it's doing things that we've never seen in a good way, right? For Bitcoin. You guys remember just 2 weeks ago, a month ago, predictions for pre-halving. $55,000-$60,000. Look where we're at right now. Like Bitcoin is doing things that we have never seen before, and we covered this yesterday. As far as the ETFs, short term, the ETFs were very bearish for us, right? It was a rough 3 weeks for us to what we went through, right? As far as with the market, but after the fact, the ETFs have brought in so much money into Bitcoin particularly that it is just, I don't even think we understand how much money is actually flowing in to Bitcoin, and what's going to actually overflow into the altcoins as we continue to move. So right now Bitcoin is, it looks like it's trying to resurge back up. It's right now at around 62,400. Definitely that crypto FUD effect. Notice how we go live and this thing starts mooning again, right? You guys take note of that? I'm definitely taking note of that. And another thing I'm taking note of is look at Bitcoin's dominance right now. I had to refresh the screen. Right now, Bitcoin's dominance is at 53.4. So everything right now is exactly going to plan, right? We're expecting Bitcoin's dominance to continue to rise as we get closer towards this happening, right? We're expecting that. That's why today, when you saw that Bitcoin was at 64,000, a lot of the altcoins weren't really, going crazy. There is a couple of them that were going crazy, like Jasmy. Jasmy is up right now, currently about 40%. Honestly, Ladies was doing phenomenal at that time, right? Ladies was up towards 95 or whatever the case may be. Like I was saying, looked like we were about to eat up another zero. And I mean, look at this crash for Ladies. Who bought this dip today? Who caught the dip? I did catch the dip, but by the time I didn't catch it, it dropped all the way down to 67. I'm literally trying to get everything set up. By the time I was able to buy in, it was somewhere around 72, 73. I was like, screw it. It's higher than what I already have, my average, but I was like, I don't even care. I just bought a quick billion, so it wasn't really going to mess with my average much, but I just, bought it, I just added to my bag. And this goes to, like I was telling you guys, even when we're in these parabolic, modes right here, even when we're in these, crazy times where we're going to consistently move up, there is going to be these brief little spots. They're going to give you an opportunity, if you can catch it, to continue to get these nice, discounts. And if you really look at particularly Milady, when Bitcoin did that 10% drop, look what Milady did. 28%. I mean, this was almost instantaneously. This thing dropped 28% instantly. You saw the market cap was at probably about 67 million, probably about $10 million literally came out of Milady within a 60-second time frame, literally. And then within probably another 30 seconds to a minute, this thing was already back up towards around 77. You guys can see where it was kind of chopping around for a little while. Because, I mean, it scared the hell out of probably a lot of people that had a lot of money into Milady particularly. But I mean, if you were able to, be prepared for something like this, I mean, no one really can be prepared. But I mean, if you were able to react quickly, you were able to catch that dip. I didn't, like I said, I caught probably about a 20% dip, didn't catch the full 28. So it is what it is, right? Real quick, while we continue, make sure you guys hit the like. We were doing all right. We got like 30 people here, 16 likes, not doing too bad. So Craig, let me jump right into here. So Craig said they ordered new servers. This is crazier than 2021. It really is. It's so far it's playing out to be like a little bit more nuts than 2021. And Randy said it did shock me to see it fail so fast. I know. Koktoshi, what's going on, brother? Koktoshi said, yo, psychos. Kid Talk, what's going on? Kid Talk's all the way from the Philippines. What's going on, brother? And Gene said, do you think Bitcoin can break all-time highs this week? You know, Gene, I do still think that we are on track to break all-time highs. I really do. The fact that we did bounce at 58, and I did catch a long right there. I bought in. So I actually bought in. I opened up a position. We dropped down to, so I kind of knew it was coming, a retracement down towards the 50-day SMA right here. So I ended up opening up a position right here along and got liquidated within like freaking a minute. Boom, lost all that money right there. And I was like, oh crap, this thing's just dropping. YC, I'm like, it's going down to the 200-day. I was like, it's going to go down to the 200-day. And sure enough, it did. I was able to grab the long because it happened so fast. By the time, because it takes like 30 seconds, 45 seconds for whenever you open up your position for it to go through. So this thing dropped all the way down to here, and I'm like, yes. I'm like, take your time opening up the position. Well, it freaking took too long. I was able to open up a position around like 59,200 and rode it all the way up towards where we hit our head on right here. So I was able to make all my money back that I got liquidated. I literally jumped in that trade. I made my money right back. I didn't make any profit. I was like, well, that's great. I was just like, whatever. You live and you learn. But I mean, that first move, I got liquidated fast. I mean, within like seconds because I just bought in way too early. But I was able to catch that second wind. I was able to make all my money. Real quickly, just this move right here to here was like a 200% move on my 100x long, and I literally made all my money right back. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm probably just gonna sit out for right now. I was like, maybe that's just a sign, because you guys remember, I will not short. I'll only long. So I usually wait for like dramatic moves like this, and I usually know that it'll catch one of these SMA moving averages, and for sure it caught this 200. But to get back to the question, Gene asked, do I think it's going to hit? Do I think we're still on track to hit all-time highs? Most definitely, I really do. I really do think that we're on track to hit hit our all-time highs, and I actually have them listed right here. So, as far as the 64,000, I think it's safe to say 64,000 is going to be slightly a big resistance spot. We don't have it mapped on here, but we all know coming up to the 64 is probably going to be a spot that hopefully we can fly right by, but we might need to retest a few times before we break. The 64.9, pretty much the 65 is going to be the next spot for some resistance. And then we have 66.4 as a big spot right before we start getting up to that all-time high as another spot for some resistance. And then this white line right here, I could have sworn that I had something drawn here that said all-time high, but it doesn't. I don't know what happened there, but let me see here. We'll just put all-time high right here. This is going to be for the white line. So, as far as earlier today, I was mapping it out and I was like, holy crap. I mean, we're so close. We were only 7.5% away from an all-time high when we hit the 64. For right now, as far as how far we are from the all-time high, we are technically about 10.5%. So we still are definitely on track. I mean, to be honest, guys, regardless of Coinbase crashing, we were going to find a spot that we were going to eventually hit and get rejected and have to retest some of these moving averages. It was going to happen, right? We were moving way too fast. And I tell you guys all the time on the channel, it's fun to see these gigapumps, right? It's fun to see it. And especially if you're day trading, right? If you're day trading, that's the best thing you want to see, because you just bought in and it's moving as fast as possible. You can jump out, right? But all of us, we know we're long-term holders, right? Most of us are. Gigapumps are cool. They're cute. It's all fun and games, but they are usually very volatile, meaning the faster they go up, the faster they're going to need to come back down and retrace some levels, right? So with that being said, I definitely think that we are going to start, moving back up, obviously, as we are. But I honestly do believe that within the next probably few days, the way things are moving, I would honestly prefer it to be in the next few weeks, like a slow, gradual move towards the upside. So we don't have any of this mess anymore where we're just shooting up $10,000 in a few hours and then having to have a big cool off, because people just made, massive profits. Because that's ultimately what it is that you have a lot of people jumping in, catching these, either longing the market or whatever the case is, or jumping in for a quick move. And if this thing's moving up $10,000 in a few hours, a lot of people are going to be like, all right, I'm going to sell. I just made, some good profits. I'm going to go ahead and sell because there's going to be a retracement. Well, that's pretty much what happened today. That's what I think. I think that on top of Coinbase crashing was just a big concoction of us just honestly needing to retrace. And the fact that we came down and retraced and bounced exactly on this 200-day SMA. This is for the 5-minute. We bounced exactly on this 200-day SMA. Very, very bullish. Very, very bullish. And the fact that we're basically retracing and we're basically about to be knocking on $63,000 door probably as we speak. So let's see here. With that being said, let's look at the whole market right now. And we're going to be looking at Jasmy, because Jasmy hit 2 cents today, guys. Jasmy slammed 2 cents right in its face. Let's hear. Kid Talk was saying, yeah, Jasmy is high. We're going to definitely check that out right now, brothers. So hold on a second. Marlon said he bought the dip. Free said, what's up? The fact that all this is happening 2 months before the happening is crazy. It really is, dude. And to be honest, it feels like we have 2 months because it still says we're in February, but tomorrow's the last day of February. We technically only have about a month and a week or something like that until the happening. So we are not far from the happening at all. So, I mean, things like what we saw today are probably going to be a little bit more, to be more abundant and to be expected as we're moving closer towards this happening, because it's just, this is just historically some crazy times that normally happens in the market, but then throw in, gasoline on top of that because of the ETFs and stuff like that. It's just going absolutely insane, right? And then also, I feel like 2024, a lot more people are in the crypto space than they were in 2020, right? 2021. So I feel like you just throw all that in there. There's just so much more money than there was on the last 4-year cycle. You have a lot more people in the market now, with the ETFs and with the fact that it's just, this is a growing, ecosystem as far as the whole crypto market. So we have more traders, than we did just yesterday. We have more traders than we did last week. We have more traders than we did 3 or 4 years ago. So keep that all in mind. There's going to be, big moves as far as, us shooting up and also retracements. So do not get psyched out. Remember what we're doing. Remember what the long-term plan is for not just Milady, but for whatever projects you guys are holding, right? Now, let's see here. Free said, some are saying prepare for a major pullback. Others are saying we are in a super cycle. Keep your eyes locked. And that's what it is right now, is that you're going to get a mixed breed of all different kinds of analysis, right? Because right now, it's everybody, as we were getting into this market and everything, as far as the 4-year cycle approaching, they're like, we're going off of historically what things have happened, right? But the fact that there's ETFs thrown in it now, everybody's like, it's like throwing a freaking wrench into the equation, and it's kind of just like, what is going on here? Like, it's gone bonkers a lot faster than it normally does, right? So that's why some people are like, well, there's probably going to be some kind of a retracement, and then you have other people on the other side like, no, this thing's going to $100,000 in 2 weeks from now, right? And you can kind of look at both of those analysts, and you're like, both of them sound like they are on to something, right? Like, maybe we might have a retracement. maybe we might see $100,000 in the next few days or the next few weeks. Like, anything is possible, right? Especially right now, given what we saw today. So, and you guys remember, I told you guys this, as we get into an actual bull market, you're going to see Bitcoin fluctuate $5,000-$10,000 in some days, right? It's the name of the game. That's showing you the volume that is coming in and coming out of just Bitcoin particularly. It's going to come into the altcoins as well, this massive volume. But for right now, like I said, right now we have Bitcoin dominance at 53.4. This has gone up a considerable amount in the last few weeks, and we were basically expecting this as we approach the ETF. I think, honestly, Bitcoin's dominance is going to continue to move up as we get closer and closer towards the halving. And then you guys, like I told you guys, will know when altcoin season is really going in and it's really begun, because Bitcoin dominance is going to eventually hit a spot and then it's going to start coming down, right? The price particularly won't be coming down for Bitcoin. The volume will be increased. The market cap's going to be increasing. The only thing that you're really going to notice is that Bitcoin dominance is reducing, and that's because a lot of people are moving from Bitcoin, or maybe they're moving their profits over to the altcoins, or you have a lot of people coming into the market that maybe feel like they missed out because Bitcoin's at $70,000. They're like, well, look at Solana's only at 120. Or look at Milady. I've been hearing everything about Milady, and look at this. I can, for $100, I can get getting Shiba and stuff like that. And you're coming in, and you're like, hell yeah, for $100, I can get 10 million Shiba. You're like, you feel like you're the most powerful person, not knowing that people have been stacking up for the last year, stacking up in the last year, paying $50 for a billion. Milady, if not better prices, right? We've been paying even better than that as we've been approaching or going through this bear market. So, but going back to the bubbles, you guys can see Jasmy's a big mover today. Pepe's still holding its gains. Dogecoin up almost 20%. Look at that. Fetch was going absolutely insane today. Let's see here. Arweave looking pretty good. Solana up 8%. Let's see here. Aptos up 22%. Bitcoin obviously is up 10%. You can see most of the market right now is just doing really, really well. We do have some little outline projects that haven't really jumped on or got the bug yet as far as moving. But don't worry, a lot of these projects, especially like ICP, is going to freaking go absolutely insane. So don't worry. Beam, Sui, all these projects, even Chills has been doing pretty good up until the last few days. All these projects will have their time, and they will be going absolutely berserk. I guarantee it. As we move it closer and closer towards this halving, and really when we get past the halving into the full blown bull market. Now let's look at Jasmy real quick, because Jasmy did have a massive breakout today, and I have to fix my fib retracement, guys. We gotta fix this fib retracement right here. Let's see here. Yeah, it's the bottom. So you guys can see Jasmy definitely it conquered its 2-cent mark, like we were talking about. We said it was inevitable, and it definitely did. Right now, sitting at a little over 2 cents. It looked like it jumped up to about 2.1 cents earlier, and it's still pretty much right there at that little local high. You can see since we jumped, remember about a week ago, we jumped up to about the 19 mark, retraced beautifully right here on this 12. Found support. Looked like we were trying to get back up to this local high, but got rejected. And you can see, look where we bounced beautifully off this fib retracement, which is going to be the 382. Bounced right off this 382. Found some support, and from there, you can see we kind of made our way up. We did have a big stride, and we found support again at one of these support levels that we've had here for a while at the 17.2. Bounced right here. Look at those candles confirming that it was going to stay above the 17, and from there on, you can see that's when it made its new local high. Jasmy right now looks great as far as movement. Let's look what the market cap and the volume is for today. So Jasmy's volume, beautiful. Look at that, almost $1.2 billion in volume over its market cap. Market cap at about $1 billion. You can see, look at the volume up 430% today. massive, massive move for Jasmy. So Jasmy's just basically telling everybody, don't worry. There's going to be little retracements here and there, but we're still on this track to definitely get to some all-time highs here in this move that we're making. So, Jasmy still looking very, very, very bullish in my eyes right now. The fact that, like I was saying just a few days ago, that it was finding this support at some of these levels and holding a lot of its gains was just telling me that nothing was over for Jasmy. Was just a little cool-off period, right? So everything is looking beautiful for Jasmy as well. Let's see here. Dylan said, "Why does this title say Jasmy is a meme coin?" No, bro. I wasn't saying Jasmy's a meme coin. Does it say Jasmy meme coin? Now you got me wondering. Hold on, guys. Oh, it says Jasmy coin and Milady meme coin. Okay. I was going to say, crap, bro. Someone's going to find me out in the parking lot and probably whoop my butt if I say Jasmy's a meme coin. Setting me up there, Dylan. Got me scared there, bro. No. Next time on the next title, I'll make sure to separate Milady meme coin and Jasmy like across the screen so no one gets confused or anything like that. But yeah. So let's see here. Mark said, "I sold Pepe for more Milady a couple months ago and don't regret it, even when Pepe pumps." Mark, and this is why I was telling everybody, as far as with Pepe and Milady, right? I think that Pepe is going to be a big meme coin. It already is, right? I think Pepe is going to continue to be a big meme coin in this space for sure. I was one of the people, and all of us in here, but remember, I was telling everybody when Pepe was at its lows, 4 months ago, I was like, do not sleep on Pepe. Do not sleep on Pepe. Well, you guys know what I was saying. Pepe earned all of our respects. The fact that what it did in a bear market, went absolutely so parabolic while the market was down and out, right? So I was like, you have to have respect for Pepe, right? So I say Pepe is going to be an awesome project. It already showing us that it is $2 billion in volume coming in for the day. It's up like for the month 200%, so this thing is looking absolutely crazy. It looks like it's actually forming some kind of a bull flag. But the point of what I'm getting to is, let's see here. So the point of what I'm getting to is Mark said he sold his Pepe for Milady, and I don't think that's a terrible move because of the fact that Milady's market cap is so much smaller, a fraction. It's literally 1/20th of what Pepe's market cap is right now, right? So the potential for gains for Milady are going to be, in my opinion, a lot higher than what Pepe's gains are. I'm not saying that Pepe's market cap isn't going to be higher than ours. It very well could be because it's starting already at like $1.4 billion market cap, right? Versus our $61 million market cap. But what I'm saying is that if Pepe gets to $20 billion, right? That's about, let's just call it a 20x. But if Milady gets to $2 or $4 billion, that's a 40 to like an 80x, right? So Milady's doesn't have to even get as high as a market cap to see a lot more gains, right? A lot more money that you're going to make in your portfolio, a lot more in your investment that you're going to get out of what you put in. So that's why I think, and just like you said, I think in the long run, it's going to be perfectly fine. You're going to be satisfied with the move you made. But, at the end of the day, we've all set up for this big run that we're in, right? We've all set up. In the last 2 years, we've been just, dollar cost averaging in, buying in a lot of these projects. I think at the end of the day, any project that you're in, you're going to see gains, right? But what's going to differ is that some projects are going to see more gains than the others, right? That's what we're all trying to figure out is did you put your money into the spot that can maximize your profits, right? And that's what we're going to find out. I'm saying Milady potentially will have a better chance of giving you more gains is what pretty much I'm saying versus Pepe or even Bunk, right? Because Bunk's market cap is, relatively high, almost a 20x from where we're at as far as Milady as well. So let's see here. Craig said Jasmy to 5 cents in a week or two. You never know. Could be. I think Jasmy, going back to Jasmy's chart, I wouldn't be surprised. I think we should take baby steps here, and we're calling 5 cents. Let's zoom out a little bit and let's see. So we have the top of this fib, obviously where we hit our head just now is going to be the next spot for some resistance. But as far as the next spot after that, let's map out and see previously what we've hit our head on for Jasmy. So let's see here. All right. So next big spot that I'm looking at from previous, the previous bull run, as far as spots for some, and I gotta move that. That white line's only for all-time highs, so we have to move that to yellow. So the next spot for Jasmy that I think is going to be a big spot for some resistance is going to be that 2.5 cents. You can see we've hit it a few times as we were in this price range. This was obviously after we bounced, and you can see we were on our way down, so we kind of did like a dead count bounce on the way down, but we did hit our head on the 2.5 cent. And then looking right here, you can see another spot where we've hit our head multiple times is going to be around the 2.8. So we'll leave those two spots for right now. Remember, we're going to take baby steps. Those are going to be the next spots for some resistance for Jasmy. So we obviously have the top of this fib, which we know we're going to be at probably, any day now. If not by tonight, we'll probably break it to 2.1. And then from there on, kind of a big stretch. We're going to have, obviously we might hit our head briefly on maybe some spots in between, but the next big spot for some resistance is going to be that 2.5 cents. And then next is going to be that 2.8. Those are going to be our next two spots for Jasmy as far as finding some resistance, possibly, eventually flipping them into support, right? So let's see here. Is Sarah here? She jump in? Do you guys see what that project did though? I'm saying like what it's done today. We'll get into that in a minute. All right. Let's see here. So Jojo said, got more than I expected from my tax return, and you know where it's going. Thank you for bringing that up, Jojo. So that's another thing too. We have everything else going on right now, right? As far as, ETFs, we have a lot of new people in crypto. And now on top of all that, and we have the halvening, we have rate cuts that eventually will occur this year at some point, right? And then now we also have a lot of people getting their tax returns. And I don't think it's going to be like a crazy, but you do have a lot of money coming back to a lot of people. And, and usually people get big chunks of tax returns, right? Depending on if you have kids and stuff like that, they'll get 5-10 grand back, and I'm sure some of that, if they're already involved in crypto, will come into the crypto market, right? If they're smart, they'll invest some of that money instead of spending it, right? So that could be another big catalyst that we're going to see as far as, money coming in. Now, let's just jump in. Some crypto exchanges release tax documents in the middle of this month. Yeah, I've been getting them randomly, but we're getting them for last year. I wasn't really too worried about it because I didn't make really big moves last year as far as, like big sales, like big profits. Here and there I was moving money around and I make it, but it wasn't really too much, so I really was like, I'm not really, really too worried about it. Let's see here. So everybody's talking about Sarah. So we haven't seen Sarah around since that day, but what we're referring to is this girl Sarah came into the to the stream. This was like this past weekend, and she kept saying we were like down. She was like kept saying PNG, buy PNG, and I was like, bro, listen, respectfully, I was like, stop spamming the same thing over and over. We're gonna have to put you on a little timeout, and she was nice about it. And then she came back and she was like, oh no, sorry, but buy PNG. Everybody buy PNG. And I don't remember where it was exactly on the price range, but it was like somewhere down in this. It was like down here. I remember because it already went for this run. It was like somewhere in this area right here. And she was like, just buy PNG. I'm telling you, thank me later. And 2 days later, PNG went 300% up. And we were all kind of just like, how did she know that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell did this lady know? You know, that we don't know. So, and we haven't seen her since. She came in, she dropped a couple jewels on what to buy, and then vanished. So there's been a lot of speculation that this girl, Sarah, is from the future. Some people are speculating that her name is actually Sarah Connor from the Terminator. I don't know yet. Some people are saying that she's from the year 2100. I kind of will, agree with that. Who knows exactly, but she came in, she said to buy a project, and it freaking went absolutely insane like the following day. So we are still technically looking for Sarah. If you guys have seen her or know about her whereabouts, we're thinking that she's probably back in whatever year she came, and she'll probably be back here eventually, to tell us what's going on. So, because we just want to ask her a few questions about ladies and really about Bitcoin and stuff like that. So, so that's the story on Sarah. Jojo says, oh yeah, we already read that one. One small step for other cryptos, one giant leap for Jasmy. There you go. So, yep, we covered Coinbase absolutely crashing today, and they're thinking that it possibly had something to do with the damn market crashing. Another story that I wanted to check out was Morgan Stanley evaluating spot Bitcoin ETFs for its giant brokerage platform. So we have another enormous, basically another brokerage that handles billions and billions of dollars. They want a piece of this ETF pie, and they're looking to get themselves in right now as far as getting an ETF released for Bitcoin, which would be even bigger for Bitcoin as well. And I think as we move, further along, with Bitcoin, and it just continues to really show that this thing is really, a force to reckon with, I feel like you're going to see a lot of these big institutions that aren't technically in, Bitcoin right now as far as ETFs, wanting to get their hands or their selves into the market to get a piece of this pie as far as the ETFs and all the money that's coming along with it. So something like this, we don't need to necessarily read all into the article, but it really is just stating, that Morgan Stanley, is looking to get into an ETF for Bitcoin, and this would be nothing but an even bigger chance for more exposure and a lot more inflow of money coming in to crypto, but particularly Bitcoin. So this is a big story. I feel like not a lot of people cover today. Very big as far as just showing you guys what what those ETFs really are doing. So let's see here. Sam Bankman-Fried doesn't want to go to prison for 100 years. I mean, who the hell does? But definitely needs to have some kind of consequences for not only what Sam was doing to what he did to his all the people that were invested in his company, but a lot of people are blaming the bear market. It was so harsh on us because of Sam, right? But another thing too is they remember what FTX did to Solana. Solana was down at a time to like $8, right? With the anticipation that FTX was about to sell like billions of dollars worth of Solana. Well, imagine all the people that were able to buy in on Solana at $8, $10, $15, catching that really crazy dip, that have made out really well. I feel like they owe thanks to FTX, on the flip side, because they were able to, basically capitalize off of that stuff as well, So I guess it goes both ways, but at the end of the day, FTX, I feel like we were already struggling, and it came up and like just kicked our knees out, and really knocked us down for a lot longer than we probably needed to be. So, it is what it is. But so let's look at a couple other projects that are doing really well right now. AI said, news alert, hey everyone, hold your bags, Bitcoin to 80K by the halvening. $80,000 AI is calling by the halvening, which, you know what? I will not disagree with you, bro. Like I said, we're in such uncharted territory right now that anything is possible right now. Anything is absolutely possible. So looking at Bunk. Bunk is looking very good today. Look at that. Definitely pointing to the sky. Let's see what the market cap is for Bunk. And who's invested in Bunk? I know a lot of us talk about Bunk here and there. Market cap at $1.1 billion. The volume at around 600 million. So looking very good. Not looking as big as Pepe as far as volume, but Bunk is definitely looking very well today. You can see. As far as Bunk, it's definitely trying to retrace itself back up. A big spot that's going to be some resistance is going to be this 19 mark at the 618 for Bunk. So you're going to have to see it probably retest this mark a few times before it actually will break. Obviously, 618 though, you can see when it was on its way down, it just sat there and just basically chopped right around that 618 mark. So somewhere around this 618 is probably going to be, if it's not already pretty much hitting it, where the resistance is going to be, because you can see the price is pretty much where it was basically hitting and finding some support. So now it's resistance as of now, but a big spot, if this thing can break above this, you're probably going to see Bunk shoot all the way up to around the 23 mark above this 0.5 fib right here, which is a considerable move taken on what it is right now. That's another 26% that Bunk could possibly see here in the near future. So Bunk's looking pretty well as well. Dog with Hat is doing really well. Yeah, I mean it has been. I feel like a lot of the projects on Solana are back from the dead. Myro right now is not doing too bad. You can see, you guys know I jumped in on Myro at around 5 cents. It's not doing what Dog with Hat's doing or what Bunk's doing, but it's definitely it's trying to get up there. We did hit our head at around the 12 cent, and then recently we just yesterday or today earlier we were around the 10.5 cents before we saw this little this big move towards the downside. Let me see here. Yeah, look at Dog with Hat. Is this Dog with Hat? Hold on here. I'd rather go on to the DeFi. I feel like don't tell me this thing's at 80 something cents. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, Dog with Hat absolutely exploded, dude. Didn't realize how big of a move this was for Dog with Hat. Holy crap. Look at this. This thing absolutely went crazy. I hope Myro does something like this. Dog with Hat right now is at a market cap of $863 million. That's craziness. This thing jumped up and basically hit its head right here at the 90 cent mark, right a little bit below it. But man, this thing has went on an epic run since it kind of retraced. From just a few days ago, it's up 200%. That's crazy. That's awesome, dude. Dog with Hat's definitely killing it for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, look at this. So Dog with Hat, $861 million market cap with the volume of almost $250 million, $243 million, 24-hour volume. Nuts. This is what I'm telling you guys. Ladies is going to get to this point, guys. I'm telling you. We're going to get to this point, and we're going to see this right here where we're going to be up there towards $1 billion market cap, and we're going to have days where the volume is going to just be outrageous. Hundreds of millions of dollars coming in and out of ladies in a day. I'm telling you guys, just you got to have patience. Let everything play itself out. Ladies, honestly, right now, I mean, if you hear anything about ladies, it's like everybody just talks about ladies, how bullish they are, and the potential that this project really holds. And you guys know that we always cover it on the channel. The fact that we are still at such a small market cap, $60 million. Look what Dogwoof had. It's at $800 million. That's like a 15, 20, about a 15x from where we're at right now. A 15x from where we're at right now. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Good for Dogwoof hat, but I'm saying absolutely insane on just the potential that we have on this project right here. So to answer the questions, as far as like, is it a good time to still dollar cost average on ladies? I think it's a beautiful time still. I bought in earlier when we dipped, but right now, even where we're at right now at the 81, still a beautiful spot to just continue to dollar cost average in. And really for a lot of your favorite projects right now, looking at Solana's getting real close to breaking that that's 118. Let's see here. 126, not far from breaking this local high right here. You can see this thing has definitely been reacting positively. It doesn't even look like today when Bitcoin did that big dramatic move, Solana really wasn't affected much. You don't really see a big drop for Solana. Now, remember, we saw such a big drop for Milady because the market cap is so small. So you're going to see dramatic moves. Like I keep telling you guys, I've been telling you this for the last year. With Milady's, the market cap is so small. And this goes for any project that's really under $100 million right now. If there's a big move in the market, whether it's up or down, the projects that have very small market caps are going to see dramatic moves, right? They're going to see very dramatic moves, and you got to just take advantage of it. Obviously, like today was a dramatic move to the downside for Milady, 30% discount instantly, right? But it was very short-lived. But if you were able to catch it, that was a big move right there because you were able to jump in at a very, a solid price. It dropped all the way down to like 68, I believe, right? So, I mean, that was a solid price to just be able to, right now in these times, to quickly get a flash crash and just, dollar cost average in on your project. And a lot of projects probably did that today, but a project like Solana has such a massive market cap, you didn't really see a big move as far as the downside. Ethereum was at, let's see here. So Ethereum, you saw we were technically at around just about to break that $3,500 mark. You can see, and Ethereum dropped. Let's map it out from the high right here to where it dropped and found some support. Was about almost the same as Bitcoin at about 9, almost 10%, and that's exactly what Bitcoin did, about 10%. Obviously, Ethereum being a massive market cap, you're going to see the moves are going to be less dramatic versus a project like Milady that has 1,000th of a market cap of Ethereum, right? So, but Ethereum's definitely bouncing back. You can see it broke below. Ethereum actually looks more bullish than Bitcoin because you can see Bitcoin dropped down to its 200-day, found some support. Ethereum dropped down to its 50-day and basically found support, and it's literally right under where it was at. You can see where it's about to come up towards 34, and it's not far from where this local high was right here. So definitely looking really good. Racer said Milady to $100. Bro, if that happens, Racer, I'll buy you a house. I will buy you a house if Milady gets to $100, right? I'll buy everybody right now in the chat a house if Racer's right. If Milady gets to $100, you have it right now in recording. I will buy everybody in this video or this stream right now, but you have to hit the like. You have to hit the like right now. I will buy everybody a house if we hit $100 right now. Racer said, you got to shoot for the moon and land amongst the stars. I like that, bro. I like that. Angelo said, how high will Jasmy move? How high will Jasmy move? Well, we were just talking about that, and look, Jasmy just broke above the damn fib. I just made this fib retracement, Jasmy, and you're breaking through it? Jeez, take it easy. No, I'm just kidding. Keep moving. So right now, if you're looking short term, how high is Jasmy? Because we know Jasmy's going to, who knows where Jasmy's actually going to land in this next bull run, right? Some people are saying Jasmy could easily get to $1. I'm shooting a little bit. I'm not saying that it can't get to $1. I'm saying, a respectable, conservative kind of estimate for Jasmy. I was throwing out maybe 20 cents. I would say anywhere from maybe 25 to 50 cents, I feel like is a respectable move for Jasmy, right? This thing could easily beat my predictions, and I hope it does, and it could easily get to $1. But short term, we have a couple spots. We have this 2.5 cent, 2.5 cent as the next spot for some resistance, and then also this 2.8 as the next spot for resistance. But if you're asking me short term what Jasmy's going to do, I think this thing is going to continue to moon. You're going to have these spots where you're going to retrace, and this is why I was telling you guys, if you see a spot where we find some support and we're having a 10% discount, if you're in this project, take advantage of it because you're nowhere near the top, right? So any buying in that you're going to do on any of these discounts, you're going to most likely end up 2xing, 10xing your profits even from where you're at right now. So that's why I keep telling you guys, not just for Jasmy, but for almost all your altcoins right now. If you were to sell just because you're up 50 or maybe 100%, you're selling yourself short compared to where we're headed in these next few months, in this next year. You guys already know, I've been saying this. I made a couple bad moves just because I was up 3x on some of my projects. I sold them, and now they're even up even higher. And I realized, I was like, damn it. I just was, in this last 2 years, getting good positions on a lot of my projects, and now I'm handing those good positions off to other people, just for a small gain right now. When we get into this bull run, these projects are going to be absolutely going crazy, right? So you could see this project easily exceeding 25 cents, most likely. Craig is saying he's calling for a 61 cent Jasmy. Let's see here. Racer said, hopefully we land at $1, right? We won't need to buy you too. Let's see here. Screw $1. I say 25 to 35 cents. I'm good. Oh, you're saying for Jasmy. That's what I'm saying. Bro, listen. 25, 35 cents is a move right now for Jasmy because you have to also take in consideration what's Jasmy's market cap right now. So Jasmy's market cap is around $1 billion. So if we were to go up to, let's say, 25 cents, that's right now, 25 cents, that's a 12x from where we're at right now. 12 cents, right? I'm sorry, 12x. So think about that. If we go up 12x right now, that's a market cap of about $13 billion. So, I mean, I could see Jasmy easily getting up to $20-30 billion as far as market cap. So that would put it somewhere around 35 cents as somewhat of a conservative prediction. Free, thank you so much for the $2. He said, Sarah sent me. What did she send you? Oh, I guess he's saying that Sarah contacted him and she sent him over here to drop those $2 for the super chat. I appreciate that, bro. And if you are in connections with Sarah, tell her to come back. We just want to ask some questions. That's it. We're not going to tell anybody or anything like that, all right? That she's a time hopper. We just want to talk to her. That's it. I appreciate that, Free dude. Thank you so much. AI said, I just need to pay off my Apple credit card. And Racer said, hoping Shiba will get some sense and head to Dogecoin. Dogecoin highs this run. That'd be nice. Angelo said, I'm up 21,000. Nice, dude. That's awesome, bro. And Craig said, my trading record sucks, so I will hold through pullbacks. I hear you, dude. Make sure there's no right now. You want to just make sure that you are just setting yourself up for the run here. This is just pre-run. This is what's just going on right now. Let's see here. Vape said 1.3 million shares strong and holding. Vape, are you talking about Jasmy? Because if you're talking about Jasmy, bro, that's awesome, dude. Imagine Vape if imagine if Jasmy gets to 50 cents. What you're going to have in your bag. Imagine if Jasmy gets to $1, bro. What you're going to have in your bag, dude. That's awesome. Good job, bro. That's good. Let's see here. Alex said, this is the moment to see which coins are actually going to move when it's time. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see also, Alex, you're going to see a lot of, right now there's projects that we're not even talking about, that no one's even talking about, that are going to do 100x. It's just it's the name of the game right now. There's projects right now that no one's talking about, or maybe there is very few little few people talking about some projects but it's not getting a lot of attention, that are probably going to do some kind of a crazy move, and no one will really know about the projects, or they'll remember them after the fact, after they've already gone up, such a massive move. That's usually what happens for a lot of projects as well when we get into altcoin season. Let's see here. Randy said, yeah, I have been holding 330 million Shiba for a minute. And Vape said, this is like Shiba with an actual utility. Hell yeah. Are you saying Jasmy's like Shiba? Oh, I see what you're saying. Like Shiba, like the hype. I see what you're saying. Definitely. And the fact that Jasmy's doing really well, because it has a lot of it has a big community, not only in the States and Europe, but over in the Asian market, especially Japan. You have people going crazy for Jasmy, so that's a strong market right there that could bring in a lot of money, particularly into Jasmy. So that's a it's a big move right there for sure. Going back to Bitcoin, let's see where we're at for Bitcoin. So we're still sitting around 62,400. What do you guys think is going to happen tonight? You guys think that we're going to wake up and we're going to be at all-time highs? Remember, we got to get to this white line for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's been just going freaking crazy. I think it's like Bitcoin, not going to say Bitcoin needs a break, but I think Bitcoin needs to maybe chop around for a few days and just kind of chill. I feel like it's been just on such a massive run. Obviously, we want to see this thing continue to just keep moving, right? But I wouldn't be upset if Bitcoin if it just holds above 60,000, for right now. That right there, I don't think, like I said, I think people right now in the crypto market that weren't in 2021 are so spoiled because they are just seeing this 60,000 so fast. They think this is how it works. When in reality, if you guys were around, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were, back in 2020, 2021, it took a while for us to really break that 50,000. We did move fast after we got past like 55 up to 60, and stuff like that, and up to 68, but it was 68,000 was short-lived. So I feel like a lot of people are that are just coming into the space are spoiled right now with the 60,000, 64,000, that if Bitcoin retraces even to 60, they're like, oh man, we're only at 60, when in fact, you guys know, all of us, we're at $60,000. Like, this is insane. We're at $60,000 right now. Like, take it in. Remember yesterday's stream, we're sitting here going crazy that we're at 57,000, and the day before that, we were going crazy. We were at 55,000, and I can keep going. Like, it's just like, you have to take it in and remember where we've come from. Remember where we just came out of, like where we're at right now is just, it's an epic area. It's an epic time right now in the whole crypto market. And this is when you should really just be enjoying yourself, really just sitting back and letting your positions, your investments just play out, right? Because in the long run, that's what we need, is just the patience, for all our portfolios, all our positions in all these different projects, really to just play itself out in this next bull run. And I told you guys, there's two types of patience. There's patience when you're in the bear market and you're just dollar cost averaging in, and you're just, every day is the same. We're down. We're just going to keep buying in, right? And then there's also patience on when we're in this area right now that we're up, right? We're up, but we're nowhere near where we're going to be, right? So have patience. Let everything play out. It's going to only be beneficial for yourself. It's only going to be beneficial for yourself. And understand that as we move up, there's going to be some pullbacks. We can look back real quick because I want to make sure I give you guys the hopium that we need, right? The hopium that we need. So back in 2021, you guys can see for Bitcoin particularly, I know this looks like a freaking scramble of lines and all kinds of stuff, but just focus in here. You guys can see 2020 December, 2021 January, we make an all-time high of about $42,000. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, everything was so great. A few days later, we dropped down 32% for Bitcoin. What do you think the alts did? 50, 60%? Everybody's screaming, we're going back down to $10,000. We're going back down to $3,000. We're going back, blah, 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 blah. Had me crapping my pants, right? Because I was even like, holy crap. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. Well, what happened after that? We made a new all-time high. After that 30% drop, we jumped up 102% for Bitcoin, making a new all-time high at around 58,000. And what do you guys think happened after that 58,000 all-time high? You guessed it, another retracement, down 26%. But what happened after that? After we dropped that 26%, the same thing. We're going back down to 10 grand. That was the high. It was it. We dropped down, and what did we do? A few weeks later, we jumped up and made a new all-time high at around $62,000 and jumped up about 44% on that move. And we actually did it again to make that all-time high at around 69,000. But what I'm getting to is that, as we were moving, everything was like a freaking celebration party. We make those retracements, everybody's screaming for the hills, like, just get out of, crypto's done. Boom. Another party. Yeah, everything's great. Another retracement. Everybody's like, we're going back down. And it's just back and forth, back and forth. So what I'm getting to is that just hold strong. Everything's looking beautiful. Everything's looking great. We honestly are doing better than expected, right? We're doing better than expected. You have to expect the retracements. They're going to happen. So just take advantage of them as far as, just getting better positions in your projects, adding more to whatever you own right now, or maybe looking for projects that you feel like you missed out on, just have that dry powder on the side ready, because at the end of the day, that's all we can do is really just wait, and just let everything play itself out. But we do know that we are on our way on a continuation of upward movement. So, and I like I keep telling you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if we're at all-time highs probably in the next week, right? I want to say in the next few days, but with today's pullback, it just kind of reminds you, even I forgetting as I I've said that what we just were talking about 2 minutes ago. I've said that probably 20 times on the last 20 streams about those pullbacks. And even today, I'm like 64. I'm like, hell yeah. And then we drop. I was like, oh crap. I'm like, what's going on, But it's like when you sit after the fact, you're like, that's right. We're going to have stuff like that happen, right? So just let it happen. Take advantage. I know I did. I took advantage of today's drop on Ladies. Definitely jumped in and picked up a nice little, quick little Billy down there. I'm like, damn it, I should have bought more down there, but it is what it is. I was more worried about for Ladies. I was like, my average is a lot lower than this. So I was like, man, I don't want to buy like, throw another like grand at it, and then freaking my average ends up coming up, even though it's, at the end of the day, it's going to I'm still going to be making like 20x or 30x off that 1,000 if I put it in today. But I'm still just like, I have to stop looking at my average because I'm always worried about where my average is at, right? So let's see here. Prodigy said, damn, I'm super late, but hey, better late than never, right? Craig said 15K was a low last year. You are correct. The Winklevoss twins are rolling in BTC too. They are. And you know what? There was an article about them right here. Because they're the owners of Gemini. And Gemini didn't do good. And you see they're basically promising to return $1.1 billion to earned customers. You can see here. And that $1.1 billion, they'll end up probably getting it however they're going to get it. They probably have so much freaking Bitcoin, that they can easily give back the funds that they lost. And still, these people, you already know, they were like co-owners of Facebook for a while, So, these guys definitely have massive amount of money for sure. Said AI last year Bitcoin was at 21K. I know, dude. People forget about that. Just a year ago, Bitcoin was at 20K. Let's see here. Free said, I got a bag waiting on the side for a pullback on some projects. I missed Jasmy under 1 cent, and it was going to buy in a couple of weeks ago too. Never giving up though. There you go, bro. And like that's what I was saying. If anything with Jasmy, I mean, there's going to be some slight pullbacks. So just be prepared, right? Be prepared because I think the pullbacks, if they do occur, they're going to be quick and swift, right? So we mapped this out, and this support level right here was already here before it even bounced down. And I remember I made a video and I said, if we do see some retracements, we might stop at this fib retracement, but the ultimate spot for some support, the line in the sand, is going to be this 12-2. And Facebook or YouTube tells me when people will put like a thumbs down on my video, and there was like 100 likes and there was like a few thumbs down, and I know it's the people that didn't like my prediction, right? They want me to tell you guys that Jasmy's going to $100, right? They want me to tell you that, and they also don't like when I try to tell the truth and I tell you guys, just be prepared if there is somewhat of a pullback, right? So you have people that'll put the thumbs down on the videos, and I'm cracking up because, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care. I can't please everybody, but, I notice that people just want to come to videos that are going to just tell you nothing but the good, right? They're going to tell you nothing but the good. They don't want to tell you anything else that possibly could happen, or, anything that could be negative or what you don't want to hear, right? And I understand, I've been there before, where it's almost like you're an emotional trader where you don't want to hear anything negative, or you don't want to hear, what possibly could happen if there's a pullback. You want to hear that your project that you're invested in, you're going to be rich, right? And it's going to just continue to move up to the sky. It's never going to come back down. And 1000x on my YouTube thumbnail, right? 1000x for Jasmy in the next week, so you can click into the video. Well, I'm not going to be like that particularly, right? I'm going to I want to keep it real with you guys. I know I'm not going to sit here and spread FUD, because we're Crip no FUD, right? That would be kind of like, ironic if I was doing that, but I am going to make sure to tell the truth on, what I see, as far as the charts, right? So I always I will say, if anybody does want to hit the thumbs down, hit it twice. You got to hit it twice. Because if you hit it twice, then YouTube really understands that you're pissed off at that video. So hit it twice, right? Just kidding. If you hit it twice, it goes away. Yeah. I crack myself up sometimes, guys. But yeah, getting back over to like Jasmy particularly, that's why we always map out spots that are some support. So if you feel like you missed out on anything, if we do start looking like we're going to retrace, even if it's going to be briefly, you're going to have spots that you can look forward to. You can even come back to the video, whether it's a few days later or maybe a month later, whatever the case may be, you can come back to the video and, kind of find what we're talking about like right now and look to see where I'm giving the TA as far as support. So right now, let's just say for right now, obviously solid spot for some support would be the 2 cent, right? We want to, but I right now, I'm not confident that we are 100% secure above the 2 cents, right? You guys know I want to see multiple candles bouncing off of that, telling me confirmation that we are fully, confirming that we are finding this 2 cent as some support. I don't see that necessarily yet. It looks very close. I don't see that yet. I do think that we're probably going to find some confirmation though, but for right now, where I do see confirmation is going to be right here at the 17. You guys can see we bounced. We hit our head at the 2 cent pretty much, and look where we bounced. We bounced off the 17, and basically you could see multiple candles retested it, and basically gave us a confirmation that the 17 mark is going to be that spot for some support for Jasmy particularly. So for right now, if I was looking for a pullback, the 17 would be where I'm looking for. And the 17 meaning the 1.7 cent mark is what I'm looking for Jasmy. So let's see here. Carrero, I am in shock, Sarah, on your live. Is Sarah back? You guys keep saying Sarah. She hasn't come back, bro. She's still in the future. She is not back yet, bro. Justin said Jasmy to 5 cents before the weekend is over, my guess. Not a bad guess. Wouldn't be a bad estimate as far as predictions wise. 5 cents. So for it to move up to 5 cents from where we're at right now, that would be technically 137% move from where we're technically at right now. So I mean, that would be a big move. You're saying by the weekend, could possibly be, right? I mean, I'm not gonna say that you never want to doubt anything in crypto, right? Because anything's possible. I personally would say, maybe because tomorrow's Thursday, so the weekend's only a few days away. Very possible, but I think we're gonna get probably, if we continue to move up, we have these two spots that we're gonna find some resistance on. Depending on how fast or what the movement is, we could blow right through those. But I think big spots that are going to be next in between these resistance are going to be solid cents. So I mean, like, we're at 2 cents right now. 3 cents going to be a big spot for some resistance. 4 cents is going to be a big spot for resistance, right? 5 cents. So blowing through, I think in the next few days, like I said, very well possible. But at the same time, that's it's going to be a lot of resistance from here to there, right? So I think maybe that's a very short prediction. Will we get to 5 cents maybe in the next few weeks? That seems a little bit more plausible than maybe in the next few days. But hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully you're right, Justin, right? Astro, what's going on? And let's see here. Carrero said, I heard someone said that Jasmy is the BTC of Japan. I mean, I guess they're kind of like the equivalency, right? Like, because Jasmy is a Japan native project. They're looking at it as kind of like, that's like the Japan staple cryptocurrency, right? So I mean, I could see why they could say that. What else is going crazy today? I was going to buy in on Mavia, let's see here. Yeah, Heroes of Mavia earlier. I was watching and it dropped right here to the 0.5, and I was like, Remember I was telling you guys if it dropped anything under $6, I was going to probably buy in, and I held off. I'm not saying I'm upset about it, but I just held off. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to put funds in something like Mavia, I might as well just keep adding to like Milady and some other projects that I'm invested in, instead of me buying in on another project right now. Because I like, you guys know, I like to diversify, but at the same time, I don't want to have 30 different, open positions. I like to have like 5 solid positions and be able to put a lot of funds in each one of those instead of spreading it out, little positions spread out across 30, cryptos. I like to have, instead of that 30, like 5 big positions open up. So what I like to do is, now that I kind of have some positions, I like to just continue to just add to them as far as that. So I was like, I'm going to hold off. It didn't intrigue me yet. If this thing does break below the 0.5, and I was also looking at the market cap. Market cap was at like 100 something million. I thought it was a lot lower. If the market cap was at like 50 million, I probably would have jumped in and probably just threw a big bag at it. But I didn't, so it is what it is. Can we check Polkadot? Yeah, definitely can. We haven't looked at Polkadot, I don't think, in a very long time. Did I mispronounce? Hold on here. That's not. I feel like I'm not spelling it right. Oh, there it is. I feel like, you know what Polkadot reminds me of? This reminds me of Jasmy's chart like a month ago before it exploded. I remember it like literally looked like this like a month ago, and I was like telling everybody, I was like, Jasmy is definitely looking bullish, but I was like, it hasn't had an explosive move yet, right? And you can see it's like Polkadot, same thing. It's definitely bullish. It's had a nice move above this 200-day moving average, but you haven't seen like a crazy explosion yet for Polkadot. And it leads me to think that it's probably coming here soon. Damn, I didn't realize Polkadot's market cap was so high. $10 billion. That's craziness. Did not know it was that high. Did not know that. So I would put Polkadot as like a big cap coin in my portfolio, right? It would be, mid big cap, not like I consider small big, like a small big cap would be like 1 to like 3 billion. And then when you get to like 5 to 10 billion, it would be like a mid big cap project. And then you have, like your Solanas, Ethereums, Bitcoins and stuff like that are usually that I would prefer, or I would put them in the category of large, big cap projects, that are going to be a little bit more stable. So for Polkadot, let's see here. So you can see the top of Polkadot right here. At the top of this fib is $9.60 right now, currently sitting at around $8.33. So you can see as far as where it's at right now and finding some support. Let's see here. Did it bounce at all at the 236? It looks like it's hit its head on the 236. It broke above the 236, but as far as finding some support, you can see today it broke below just because there was that big giga drop. But as far as finding support, it looks like it's found some solid support above the 236. So I would say if there is any kind of a further pullback, you're probably going to see some kind of support around that $8.18. If it does break that $8.18, I mean, the next spot for some support you would think it would be right here at the 382 at the 730, but I honestly don't think that it's going to come back down to any of those numbers anytime soon, because you can see that big drop. It found support around the $7.80 mark. So I would say for right now, as far as support, if it is going to have any kind of movements towards the downside, $8.18 is going to be the spot that you want to hold as far as it being bullish. It bouncing off this 50-day fib, the 100-day SMA right here at $7.76 to be exact, is going to be your next spot in the sand as far as holding a bullish move. Now going towards the upside, finding resistance, you can see. Let's see here, trying to see. So this right here, this $8.60, about $8.59 is going to be a spot for some resistance. It already has broke above it briefly earlier today, but you can see it was very short-lived because we had that big drop. So that's going to be the next spot of some solid resistance. And then obviously at the top of the fib at around $9.60, which is going to be a solid big move that eventually it will come. But regardless of TA on this project, like I told you guys, just like Jasmy, what it looks like is for Polkadot, this thing hasn't seen an explosive move at all since we've been pumping, right? Since the alts have been moving, since you can see, since pretty much October, all the alts really came alive out of nowhere, and they all look the same. They all broke above their 200-day moving average, right? And you can see this one confirmed, bounced right on its 200-day, went on a nice move just like Ladies did in December. A lot of altcoins all look like this, where they mooned, made that big parabolic move, and then retraced after that. Bounced off its 618 like a lot of projects did, right? The only thing that's left is a lot of projects since then have really, not all of them, but some of them have really taken off, like particularly Jasmy, like I keep saying, because this looks so similar to what Jasmy's charts looked like about a month ago, that I wouldn't be surprised if we come back in a few weeks and Polkadot has freaking jumped up, breaking this $9.60 mark, somewhere around there, and we could be looking at some possible $10 to $12 Polkadot in the near future. So definitely a solid bullish position right now, and I think this thing is just has potential to continue to move up for sure. So So Astra said huge moves are happening in Polkadot. Nice, bro. The founder of Polkadot is the co-founder of Ethereum. Stronger foundations and extremely low fees. Nice, nice. Let's see here. Real cozy. What's going on, brother? What's going on, guys? Let's see here. But yeah, let's just do a recap. So everything's looking great. Justin said Jasmy's about to break out. Yeah, you can see. I mean, it's already above the fib retracement. If I have to move this damn fib retracement one more time, Jasmy, we're gonna have some issues here. Jasmy. Now it does look like it does look like it really wants to. And like any minute now, this thing's just gonna form like this giga candle from heaven, right? And just jump up to like 3 cents out of nowhere. Kid Talk said I saw Ordinals is at Ordi is at 11 cents and I did not bother to buy it. Call my attention and got busy. That is why I didn't buy it. 7 months after when I saw the price, man, my face body melted. I know, bro. We all have that for a few different projects, right? Where we're like, we saw it at its bottom and we didn't buy in, and now it's like a lot of these projects are like up 1,000%, and you're just like, holy crap, right? Nico said, what about Ton coin? Let's see here. Holy crap. So this kind of leads me to almost like the same thing that we just looked at for Polkadot. You guys look at the time frame. Let's look at the time frame here. So this one actually, you know what? Before I even say anything, the time frame's a little different on this one. All right, so you can see this project broke above its 200A well before a lot of other projects. But you can see it kind of hung around a little, hovering above its 200A, right? But now you can see that breakout starting to occur. And that's what I'm saying for Polkadot that's eventually going to happen. You're just going to see eventually out of nowhere, you're going to see like this godly candle form, and this thing's going to have a massive breakout. For Toncoin, definitely looks great. Like I said, it's been really, you can see recently it found support above its 200A right here, just bouncing multiple times, finding support above the 200A, that it was just inevitable eventually it was going to have some kind of a crazy pump. You can see this is more like a giga pump though, where it just shot up to about $3, $2.95. And you can see since then, basically today, it's retraced and it is finding some support somewhere around that $2.50. As far as a fib retracement, let's see if we can actually map something out here. So you can see for a ton off the bat support this 0.5. Look at this 0.5 where it's basically bounced multiple times off this 0.5 right here. So $2.06 is going to be the spot for some support as far as this project. As far as where it's at right now, $2.48. You can see it's kind of getting hung up. You can see this is a big spot for some resistance because I'm going to map it out right here. You can see this thing has bounced and hit its head multiple times on where it's at right now. So big spot for, it was resistance. Hopefully it flipped into some support at around this $2.49. We'll call it $2.50. If it does find support, and remember, support, we're looking for multiple candles of it bouncing on this spot right here, confirming that it is basically finding support at this level at the $2.49. If that's the case, this thing is probably going to start moving back up and probably breaking this local high, probably, within any day now, right? Depending on how long it's going to hover and really find some support at the $2 and we'll call it 50 cents. But definitely looking very bullish, especially if it can hold this spot that it's at right now, the $2.48. If it can hold that level, you're going to be at all time. I mean, you're going to be at these local highs probably within, who knows? It could be tomorrow. It could be a week from now, but it's definitely going to bounce back up. If it breaks that $2.48, like I said, a spot, I wouldn't be worried at all, but a spot to dollar cost average in, obviously you're going to have the 382 at $2.27, but what I'm really looking at is it coming, if it does break that $2.05, $2.06 right here at the 0.5, you can see it has bounced multiple times. So I guess this would be the line in the sand for it to stay bullish, right? And then also this would be an epic spot to continue to dollar cost average in. But that's if it even comes back and retraces. Like I said, if this thing can hold this $2.48, this ton coin is going to be making you a ton of money. You get that? Did you get that? All right, guys. I won't. No more lame jokes. I'm sorry. I didn't hear anybody laughing, so I'm sorry. I'm just trying to liven the crowd out a little bit out there. Guys need to liven up a little bit, right? Bitcoin's above 60K today, guys. Gotta liven the crowd out. Jeez, tough crowd out today, right? Craig said that was a dad joke. Level 1000. Well, I am a dad, so, I am a dad. So, let's see here. Justin said 5 cents in the next 30 minutes, guys. 5 cents in the next 30 minutes for Jasmy is what Justin's predicting. Craig said he bought 2 Powerball tickets for tonight. Craig's like, either I'm going to be rich off of crypto or I'm winning this freaking Powerball. Either one, something's happening, right? Kid Talk laughed at my joke. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So let's just do a recap, guys. Let's just do a recap here. So let's just take it in. Bitcoin's above 60,000. We are looking great. I wonder what's going to happen tonight when we keep saying this every stream when the Asian market wakes up. They've been really having our back as far as continuing the pumps. So we'll see how it works as far as tonight, maybe tomorrow. But like I keep wanting to tell you guys, because today just kind of reminded me, just remember if we do have pullbacks, it's perfectly fine. It is natural. We will be perfectly fine if we do find some retracement. It's all part of the game, right? It's not going to take away what we're doing and where we're headed. We all know where we're headed and what's going to happen in this next year that we're in right now. So you guys need to just, if you're able to, take advantage of any kind of retracements on any of your projects, right? Any of your projects, if you're getting the opportunity to, from where you're at right now, maybe get a 10-20% discount. It's probably going to be very brief, but hopefully you can take advantage of it, right? Because that's going to be nothing but big profits when we're in this next bull run. So as far as ladies, we are looking pretty good. We're at around 83, trying to regain some of those moves that we lost. Let's just take this into consideration for ladies. So Bitcoin dropped 10%, ladies dropped about 28%, right? Well, that 28% from where we're at right now, we've already basically regained about 20% of that move that we lost, right? So you can see, just for ladies, a lot of people are just like myself, just like you guys, that are taking advantage of these dips, right? Sitting on the sidelines and just waiting for the opportunity to capitalize. And that's what I keep telling you guys. Like something like today was a beautiful spot to just capitalize and take advantage of the dip on whatever your favorite projects are. So let's see here. So Milady's is looking absolutely great. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow, if everything still plays out with Bitcoin and stuff like that, we'll be right back to where we were at as far as in the 90s. And talking about eating up a zero and tomorrow's stream, eating up that zero, we're not far from it. We're not far. This red line right here is going to be where we're going to be eating that zero. So that should be coming up soon. As far as Jasmy, you guys, bro, Justin, this thing keeps breaking out of my fib retracement. You know what, Jasmy? Here, there you go, Jasmy. Break out of that fib retracement. Let's see you break out of that fib retracement at 2.5 cents. Jasmy's looking great. Jasmy's definitely looking great. The fact that it broke above the 2 cents, like I said, this thing, I wouldn't be upset if this thing could maybe have some kind of a little cool off, a little bit of retracement before we start moving up too high and just giving us the confirmation that it's going to stay above 2 cents, right? We want to see the bounce, a few candles above the 2 cents. That would be epic, and then it starts going back on its run, breaking this 2.5 cents that is inevitable in the next few, probably in the next few hours or maybe in the next few days. So we'll see how that goes for sure. Craig wants to take a look at H-bar real quick. H-bar. Let's look at H-bar here. Don't I have H-bar on? I didn't add H-bar to the list. Shame on me. Shame on me. Let me add H-bar to the list here. Can't believe I didn't add H-bar to the list, bro. Well, H-bar officially is on our list today, guys. It made it to the list. So for H-bar, still holding strong. Still holding strong at 11 cents. You can see right here, this 12 cents is going to be a big spot for some resistance. But, I mean, from what it's looking like right now, it's holding above the 236, right? Hasn't even really come down to retest it much. The drop today, we did drop down to about 10.5 cents. But you can see short-lived, right back on track, right? Like nothing even happened. So H-bar is still holding very strong. Like I've been telling you guys this, H-bar, I think in the next few weeks, few months, in the next year, especially, I'm very bullish on Karate Combat. I think Karate Combat solely, not only, but I think it's going to be one of the biggest catalysts for H-bar. I think it's going to bring H-bar up tremendously just off of Karate Combat. So, with H-bar, I'm very, very bullish short-term and long-term for H-bar. So, definitely a big, solid project that I think is going to do really well, very well. And I speak of Karate Combat. We'll pull it up. Karate Combat, I've been looking to buy in. What stinks about buying in on Karate Combat as of right now is it's not traded on a lot of exchanges right now. It's technically still in the underworld of DeFi. I think KuCoin, because KuCoin is always going to be the one. That's shout out to KuCoin because they are always on top of a lot of these projects, early stages, and they give their users opportunity to buy in. So I think that's awesome. But for Karate Combat, the market cap, look, it's only at $21 million right now. $21 million. I think this project has a lot of potential to do really well and to bring up H-bar as well. So definitely we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I know, bro. I can't believe I didn't add H-bar. I'm so sorry, dude. It's on there now. Jason, what's going on, brother? But just to get back on our closing remarks here, let's see here. So, ladies, like I said, looking great. I think we're going to continue to get back up to these positions that we were at earlier. So, and that's going to be pretty much for all these projects. Look at Solana. Solana's mooning. Just hit 120. Just hit 120. Nice. Very, very nice. But other than that, guys, let's see here. Let's refresh. Everything's pretty much looking like we saw. Jasmy's up 50%. Look at that, Justin. Look at that. Jasmy's definitely looking great. Doge is up 17% today. Let's look at Doge real quick. Look at that. Doge freaking shot off. Holy crap. Doge freaking shot off just from the 24th. Just from the 24th right here at the 618 that it found support at. Earlier today, Doge was up 50%. That's a big move with Dogecoin's market cap being, so high up. And, another thing for Doge, another thing is market cap's at $16 billion. Look at the volume, almost $4 billion. But look at Dogecoin jump back up into the top 10. Let me refresh this because it said it was at number 9. It just took over Avalanche. Avalanche was in its spot. Tron, too, as well. They knocked it out of the top 10. Doge came right back into the top 10, bro. Have to respect that. That's awesome. That's crazy. That's crazy. Cardano, there's a big spread between Doge and Cardano, so definitely a big spread in between. But yeah, guys, everything's looking great. Everything is looking absolutely great, guys. I hope you guys are ready. Don't get psyched out on what happened today, because, what happened today we're probably going to see again in between now and, the top of this bull run. So, like I keep telling you guys, I feel like a broken record. If we see any kind of retracements, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Gene said Jasmy's rocketing. Damn. Justin, look at this. Holy crap. Jasmy is freaking going crazy again. Jasmy's going crazy. You know why? Because the Asian market's probably waking up right now. It's still probably middle of the night over there, I would imagine. But definitely looking good. Real quick, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like for the stream, and make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you guys can get those instant alerts. I do post videos. I don't just do streams. I do post videos, especially of Jasmy and stuff like that, giving some a little bit more in-depth TA and stuff like that. Oh, Craig said it's 9:47 a.m. in Japan. Of course, that's why it's freaking going crazy. Everybody's waking up like, hell yeah, I'm buying some Jasmy right now. Did I tell you guys I love hibachi? Like, I love burritos. I love to eat, right? I bodybuild, so like my motivation in the gym is that if I just keep pumping these weights, I can continue to just eat as much food as I want, right? So I love to eat, and I love hibachi. I love fried rice. I love sushi, all that stuff. So I'm right there with all my people over there in Japan. Kid Talk said Philippines, it's 8:48 a.m. That's right. We have somebody from across the world. Kid Talk is across the world, all the way over in the Philippines. That's awesome, dude. That's crazy. The sun just went down over here probably like an hour, 2 hours, and the sun's rising over there. Isn't that nuts? That doesn't like blow you guys' minds? That like, it's crazy. Oh, and look, we have Ivan said, yeah, it's 8 a.m. here in Thailand. Oh, nice. I didn't even know we had Ivan in Thailand. Nice. Look at that. We're worldwide. Worldwide. Gene said, you know what I have? Let's see here. You know what I have? 100 billion, Milady. I'm going to buy more again. Damn, you have 100 billion. That's awesome, dude. That's a solid bag. That's a solid bag right there for sure. That's my next goal, is to get to 100 billion. I'm halfway there right now, so. Devil's Playground said, shout out from Clearwater. I'm over here in the Tampa Bay area as well. I'm over in Tampa, so I'm not far from you, bro. Not far from you, dude. That's what's crazy. That's what I love, is that like, you have people from America, you have people from Florida, from all across the states, right? And then we also have people that are all over in England, and now we have people in Thailand, Philippines. That's awesome. Craig said he's over in Louisiana. That's nice. That's crazy. We're all across the world, but one thing brings us together, right? And that's crypto. That is crypto, right? Nice. Ivan said he's originally from Houston but moved over to Thailand back in April. Nice. Jason's in Tallahassee. Oh, yeah. Kid Talk said, awesome, Milady worldwide community, right? We're worldwide. We have a couple people that are in the chat that were saying that if they once Milady explodes, that they want to move over to I believe it was the Philippines, if I wasn't mistaken. They want to buy a house over there, move from America over there. So that's awesome. Let's hear. Big Ton said, yep, my Coinbase was acting up this morning. Said our balance was 0 for like 2 hours. Yeah, I think, it shocked a lot of people. It really did. But if you are familiar with 2021, I don't remember the zero balance happening, but the Coinbase crashing happened probably, I would say probably 6 to 10 times through the whole bull market. And it would crash. I mean, like, you couldn't get on it for a few hours. You weren't able to get on to Coinbase. And it wasn't just Coinbase. It was a lot of exchanges. And people would be so mad. They were thinking that they were like conspiring, to not let people sell or not let people buy in on some projects, right? So Justin and Ivan are coming in with the update that Jasmy just hit 23. You know what it's trying to do before I end the stream? It's trying to break out of this fib retracement, Justin. That's exactly what it's doing. It's literally trying to break out of this fib retracement because it knows I don't want to move this fib retracement. So it's going to continue to do this, right? I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and be like, damn you, Jasmy. I have to move my fib retracement even higher. That's awesome. This thing, Jasmy's pumping, bro. It really is. Fork that fib. Let's see here. So Munch said, can we look at Arweave? Yeah, I think that was one of the crypto bubbles that was up, right here. It's up, doing really well today. Let's check out the charts. I'm gonna keep my Jasmy chart up, and we'll let's see here. I believe this is it right here. Definitely having a solid day today for sure. It looks like it topped out at around $30. Let me see something real quick because I'm unfamiliar with this particular project. So I just want to look at some things real quick. And you know what's crazy is right where it's at right now. I'm looking right here. I'm looking at the previous, whenever it was at this price range previously. This was back in February 2022 on its way down. Look where it found support multiple times, was exactly where we're at right now at around that $27 mark. So you can see that this was a big spot that held before. So hopefully this thing can hold at around where it's at right now, the 27. If it holds where it's at right now, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing breaks out on a new local high, breaking that $30 possibly. You can see this thing had a massive gigapump. That's the only thing that kind of not scares me, but there might be some retracement. 120%. When the hell? Hold on here. All right, so that's in the last 3 days. This thing has gone up over 100%. So as far as retracement wise, obviously we want to have support right there at the $27.40. But if it does break that, you're probably looking at some spot of support. Let me see here. So we have the 382, but what's really sticking out to me, if it doesn't hold this 382, is possibly a retracement down towards, I would say in between right here at this $18 mark. And I'm just, because I'm looking back here, also looking at the fib, and you can see this thing's hit its head multiple times right here at the this 18, we'll call it the $18 mark. But I don't see this thing honestly retracing that much. So hopefully it can hold. You can see, look, it is trying to bounce off of this spot right here. So we'll just map it out for right here. So I want to see a few candles above this $27 mark right here. If we can see some confirmation above this 27 mark for this project, you're most likely going to break this $30. And then we'll be remapping as far as where we're going to see the next spot for resistance. And we can actually look for it right now. So I'm looking back here. I'm looking for spots that we previously hit our head on. Let's see here. So you can see we bounced a couple times and hit our head right here at the 28.80 mark. That's going to be a big pivotal spot. And then the next spot that I'm seeing as some resistance is going to be somewhere around this $30 mark. So you can see, oh, hold on a second. I'm sitting here. We've already broke those spots. I'm so sorry. Let's delete those. I am so sorry. Top of the fib. So the top of the fib, yeah, we already hit that 30 and got rejected. So you can see above the 30 mark as far as resistance. Got to move some stuff around here. This thing's all over the place. Alright, so I think I found the next spot. Let's see here. So if we break, and it's not too much, it's not really that much of a big move, but if we do break this $30, the next spot right here is going to be 31.57, which is going to be the next fib retrace, or the next big spot for some resistance. But my big thing right now is really just watching where this thing finds support. Like I said, focus on support right now, and later we'll focus on where this thing's actually going to be going as far as resistance. But support, you can see as of right now, it did find some support around this 27.30 mark. I want to see it probably retest this maybe a few more times, giving us confirmation that it's going to stay above. And then, like I said, $30, top of this fib, $30.30, 35 cents, and then 31.54 is going to be your next spot for some resistance. But definitely looks great as far as where it's at right now. So Jasmy right now holding that 23, right a little bit under that 23. Let's go back on Jasmy real quick and see. So where are we at price-wise? I already have some spots marked for Jasmy. That's right. Forgetting. I did this at the beginning of the stream. So we have the top of the fib right here at 25 and the next spot at 28 for Jasmy as far as spots for some resistance. And then obviously, almost like the same thing on the last project we were talking about, we want to make sure if we are going to retrace, right, it wouldn't be bad to retrace a little bit. Don't crucify me, but remember, it wouldn't be bad to retrace a little bit and maybe give us a little bit more confirmation that we're going to stay above this 2 cent mark, right? Because remember, this 2 cent, it's fresh. It's fresh. We just broke it earlier today. I want to see a few candles just maybe retest it and give us confirmation that we're going to stay above this 2 cents. And then I think, like I said, we're going to break after we find confirmation. If it is able to do something like a bounce back, confirming that it's going to bounce off the 2 cents, this thing is going to jump up to 2.5 cents fast, very fast. So very fast. So let's just do a quick retracement because I've had you guys on here for 113 minutes. That could be a record stream right here, guys. All right, so Bitcoin right now holding at 61.3 right now. I want to see, same thing like we've been talking about, I want to see us hold this 61.6 as far as some support. But as long as we're above 60 right now, I'm happy, right? As long as we're above 60, let me just play this out real quick. If Bitcoin stays above 60, and let's just say it hovers 60,000 for the next week or two, it's not going to do that, but I'm just saying if it did, you'll probably see a lot of the altcoins go parabolic as well, right? You're going to probably see a lot of the altcoins do another pre-altcoin season run where a lot of them will make new local highs or all-time highs. If Bitcoin even just stays at around 60,000 and kind of just hovers around 60, because you got to remember 60,000 is not far from an all-time high. We are in the neck of the woods of just these solid numbers, and we all know right now Bitcoin, all eyes are on Bitcoin, but eventually a lot of that's going to shift down the road, and a lot of the altcoins are, even if they're doing good right now, they're going to do absolutely insane when we actually see this altcoin season start. So hope you guys are saddled, got your seatbelts on, and are ready, because things are going to be moving. You think things are moving fast right now? Wait until you see altcoin season start. That's when you're going to just be mind boggled on how fast your positions are just going up. Milady right now is still sitting around that 82.5, 83 mark, still holding beautifully. Honestly, after today's drop from where it's at right now, looking great. Honestly, not worried whatsoever for Milady or the rest of the market. So everything's looking perfect, guys. So other than that, hopefully Craig wins the Powerball tonight. We'll know if he doesn't show back up to the stream that he's like, screw crypto. He's like filthy rich off the Powerball. So, but other than that, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Make sure, like I said, make sure you guys hit the like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe. We are here every day around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I thank you guys so much for spending the night with me. We will be back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. So make sure you guys come back, all right? Thank you again. Have a wonderful night, okay? See you guys later.